Reminder, you are iconic. This is an official Thor News Red Alert for Texas, especially Del Rio and Rock Springs in southwest North Texas. Hey, did you guys know it's my 13-year Thor News anniversary this Sunday? Tap, tap, tap. Is this microphone on? Did you know the highest part of Oklahoma is the very western part? I did not know that. No, but seriously, that's true. And Texas, large swaths of us could be getting over 5 inches of rain. With storms that'll start late tonight and run through tomorrow, maybe even into Friday. I guess the dude doing the F1 track in Vegas and it went off track in his Subaru. Maybe he was not a professional. All right, so here's the deal. On 11/11, I went and saw Billie Eilish in concert in Oklahoma. It was amazing. And then the next day, she started calling Elon a bunch of names. And then people got mad at me like I had anything to do with it. And today, Elon was like, if the current AI and robotics trend continues, money will stop being relevant in the future. So, like, you guys ain't got to worry about shit. Robots and the AI can take care of everything or whatever. Bitcoin man put on his Bitcoin armor or whatever. And Ariana Grande was doing tricks with a lightsaber. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm super grateful to everybody out there. You guys are all awesome. Thank you very much. I cannot believe 13 years of Thor News. That's crazy, man. And I feel like us surviving 2015 to 2020 and definitely 2020 through 2025 has been a major accomplishment for all of us. I definitely don't think the last 20 years have been easy for anyone. All right. Also, I haven't made a video because Mercury went retrograde, and when Mercury goes retrograde, not only do people miscommunicate out of their mouths, but people miscommunicate here in their ears. So you may say one thing like, I like pancakes, and then someone may hear that as, you are not awesome, right? And so I've been trying to keep my communications to a minimum. But then, like I said, that Elon Billie thing broke out, and I was like, oh shit. And there's the red alert in Texas. Anywho, but not only that, the sun is in the third decan towards the end of Scorpio. Shout out to Apollo. Happy birthday, bro. The moon is in Scorpio. Mercury has retrograded back into Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio, man. That's crazy shit. And then, like, Sagittarius, Mars. And then the bigger planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, they're all retrograde. And then even Lilith is in Scorpio. Volcanoes be erupting. Here we're looking at pyroclastic flow from Semiru not long ago. And Kilauea. Oh man, after 13 years, I still can't pronounce it. One of the volcanoes in Hawaii is throwing up the V for victory. So that's cool. And if the atmospheric defense team did push all the hurricanes away from USA, we could be in for a really warm winter, shall I say. Here's Semiru erupting today in Indonesia. A tourist started a fire in a Chinese castle. And the economy is wilder, weirder, stranger than ever before in possible human history. I don't know, because we don't really know that much about history. I mean, people told stories after that shit happened. But nowadays we know how much people can get wrong. Gossiping and shit. Oh my God. And people gossip nowadays. Not only that, but social media pays you to gossip about tons of shit. Anyway, wasn't talking about Venezuela. This is a fire today. An oil project? It seems like it's a pretty serious project. All right, so Do y'all remember the pandemic? Anyway, so Billie Eilish has a song back then called "Everything I Ever Wanted," and it would help me, as Planetary Defense Commander, make it through the pandemic by keeping my sanity intact. And I listened to that song like a million times. Anywho, so on the 11th, on the day Jupiter went retrograde, Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans. You guys are amazing. And the day Jupiter, 11/11 day, I went and saw her in concert, and man, she was absolutely amazing. 11 out of 10. Incredible. She has such a deep catalog for being 23 years old. And the next day after that, she had some choice words for Elon and some criticisms. And, I thought everybody would be okay. And I guess technically they are. Because, Elon calls people names all the time. And Elon criticizes people all the time. And he always says, freedom of speech, not freedom of reach. But I think we live in a dangerous age to criticize billionaires. My point is, happy Thanksgiving, y'all. We live in strange days indeed. I would definitely sit down and have a beer with Billie Eilish. And I would definitely sit down and have a beer with Elon. World peace would be super awesome. Mercury will be retrograde for 10 more days. New James Webb Space Telescope image dropped. And everybody keeps talking about that one comet. Man, I've seen, especially on X and even on YouTube, that one comet. Everybody's talking about it all the time. I'm like, deja vu, Comet Ison. Although Comet Ison never really had any tangible effects on life on Earth. So that's kind of my vibe. Like, whatever everybody's, comets are interesting, but it probably won't have any effect whatsoever on Earth. That has been my position, and that position will probably not change. Asteroids, on the other hand, one hit the moon the other day, unless there is some secret space program owned by nations and corporations, and one of their ships crashed in the moon. As above, so below. Or it's kind of like when they say, if we do colonize Mars, different planet, same people. And if we're fighting over here all the time, I'm pretty sure we'd definitely be fighting on Mars. So probably a great time to work it all out. But sure, yeah. I showed up regardless of the Scorpio stack retrograde to remind people in Texas, hey, I love you. I do love living in a state, although it's neat to visit another state for a couple days, even a week. Oklahoma is beautiful. I'd never been that north before. Hey, it's beautiful. Yeah, definitely floods, and even DFW, we're going to get a lot of rain. Or, there's a chance it might not rain a shit ton, but then that's fine. Nobody gets caught off guard by not a lot of rain. But yeah, that's the crazy thing about being at, seeing Billie Eilish for 2 hours. I was in a room with 15,000 people, and everybody was incredibly happy for 2 hours. And then Dua Lipa, same thing. And then, I saw Counting Crows or Everclear, Local H, Sponge. It's really cool to be at a place where everybody's happy. A couple hours break in this insane world, and everybody's like, yay, we're all happy to be here. And this is amazing. Hey, did you know that Khloe Kardashian doesn't believe in the moon landing? I would guess 50% of the people watch my channel don't. I do. But I also think I've met space marines in real life before. But I could be wrong. You could be wrong. We can all be wrong at times. So Trump and Elon were hanging out with MBS in Saudi Arabia. And during that time, or I guess when MBS was the White House, he did a plug for Polymarket. Anyway, so I keep saying, I'm pretty sure Polymarket's going to backdoor legalize gambling in America. Probably by no later than next year. And if you're allowed to listen to new music, and watch TV shows. I thought the new season of Landman, or at least the first episode, was really good. And so when the Mars entered Sagittarius, somewhat crazy. Solar flares, X-class flares. There's an X-class flare on the day I saw Billie in the concert. I didn't get to talk to her in person. Though when tour ends, if she needs a hug, I'm around. And then everything went to Scorpio and the sun went super quiet. And shout out again to American veterans. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for protecting us for so long. And UK warned Putin because supposedly Russian military ships entered 007 waters. And I think Russia flew a drone to Romania. So with, Thanksgiving coming up and the Thor News 13-year anniversary, I'd like to remind everybody to stay cool, avoid World War III, and be grateful to God or whatever you do or don't believe in for anything good in your life. Life is still a miracle, and I feel super blessed. Would love to make it to 2030. World peace would be wonderful. All right, so everybody stay cool. And if Elon and Billie want to sit down with me, have a beer at the same time, that would be great. We can discuss things. Technically, in my opinion, we all deserve a pat on the back, a hug, and a vacation for surviving and helping keep civilization standing for the last 10 years. So stay cool. Thank you for being you. God bless everyone. And be kind, funny, and a peacemaker if you can. You may now hit the button. Baby. God bless everyone.